So we're gonna hear from a mix of people what their tips are, what they did to make it through college, and what their advice is to you. And then of course we'll open it up to questions. And the first question that we'll do is, what was an obstacle that you had and how did you overcome it?
Mi nombre es Cintia Telles, yo me gradué de la Universidad de Wisconsin, Milwaukee, es apenas mayo pasado, con una carrera de comunicación. Con respecto a la pregunta, un obstáculo muy grande para mí fue el dinero, la parte financiera, porque yo soy DACA, entonces. My name is Cynthia, I graduated from UWM this past May in communications. And a big obstacle for me was, I think financially, because if I didn't work enough, I wouldn't be able to pay for school, and I compromised my academics a lot. So that for a time I had to drop out for about a year and a half in order to recuperate and pay the money that I owed.
One of the biggest obstacles for me actually happened before attending college. Like Cindy mentioned in our breakout session, I graduated in 2012. DACA literally passed when I graduated, like that month. And in 2009, there wasn't a lot of media attention or resources for undocumented youth. So my freshman year, I saw my brother go through a really bad depression because there was nothing really that we could do to help him continue his education. So I saw that as I was going into high school. So for me, it was also financial troubles, but then also seeing, like, is there anything really out there that I could apply for that can help me achieve that.
So I had many struggles in all aspects, financial, emotional, family-wise, and I also have deferred action, which, like she said, passed literally the week after graduation for me. My freshman year of college, it was my very first semester, and I was going through a lot. My parents had disowned my brother, which hurt me so much. Me and my brother grew up together, so not seeing him in the house and not having any contact with him had a really bad impact on me. I was also going through a breakup, and college was so new to me, and my parents didn't go to college, so I didn't know who to ask for guidance. You need to take care of yourself, you need to pick yourself up, and achieve your dreams, no matter who is in the picture or who isn't. So please take care of yourselves emotionally, physically, listen to your bodies, and make yourself happy.
I'm a first generation college graduate. I graduated last May with my bachelor's in American Indian Studies. One of the obstacles I had to overcome going to college was commuting from the south side. I live right off of Cesar Chavez Drive. So some days I'd have projects or deadlines due, or papers due, and I would be working in the library, and then I'd be in there maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. I'd either have to decide to catch the last bus back to the south side or stay the whole night and then catch the bus in the morning. So there were some nights where I had to spend the night in the library and maybe took a 2-hour power nap in the library, but I mean, those are some of the obstacles I overcame.
What is something you wish people would have told you either before your journey or during your journey of your undergraduate career?
Graduating in 4 years, a lot of people take a lot longer. So, if you're longer than 4 years, I mean, don't be discouraged. A lot of students have to graduate 5 years. I actually went to college for 8 years, and I just got a 4-year college degree.
You did it, yeah.
You're gonna experience setbacks. You're gonna experience delays and failures. Having a dedication and not discouraged is something that I'd like to share with other college students going. Thank you.
I know personally I had a really good support system, not necessarily with my parents all the time, but with my close friends, that I found that we were in a similar situation. And it's okay to be vulnerable. Just find people that will support you and have your best interests, and be vulnerable with them and really experience everything that college brings to you?
When I was in the talks about DACA and bringing that up to the faculty and to the administration, and actually being backed up by a lot of professors, and I think that for me made all the late nights, all the effort that sometimes you put into a project that sometimes it's kind of hard to bring people in, worth it.
So I'm going to share not things, but I guess people. So one was my best friend. I'm so glad that I met her because she's also a DACA recipient, and we've gone through so much together, and we share a lot of the same struggles. And then the other one is my professor. She's the head of the sociology department at Cardinal Stritch. She challenged the heck out of me. She challenged the way I thought, and she opened up my eyes so much, and I still talk to her to this day. So, your professors can be your friends, so be open to non-romantic relationships.
Socially interact with other people and just kind of open up. And being in college, I really opened up to a lot of different people, and that was one of my favorite parts about going to college.
He's a power dancer, so if you haven't seen James dance, you're missing out. Power dancer.
Yeah. I'll be at Indian summer after this.
Sophomore year, we started getting more diversity in the mix, and that's when I met 4 of my closest friends. We all have the same scholarship. 3 of us are undocumented, and so just being with them and being able to have our little venting sessions, and just being able to be completely honest with each other. And also we saw that there wasn't a lot of clubs, diverse clubs in our school. So being president and vice president of Salsa Club, which is not Stanford dancing, or the SAUCE, it's Students Achieving Leadership Through Spanish Activities. So we brought the Mexican and Latino culture to Mount Mary. So a lot of my favorite activities involved that. We had like bachata nights, we brought Mexican, we celebrated Mexican Independence Day. We brought them churros, and they were like crazy for churros. So those are one of my best memories.
Sophomores in high school, what do you think is the best thing they could do now to start preparing for affording college and maybe getting scholarships, or just, kind of getting in the mindset of being a college student?
Google, practice ACT tests, practice SAT tests, look up the schools where you kind of think you want to go, look at the score that they ask for, and just practice them. Practice them as much as you can, because there's also ACT prep courses, but a lot of times you have to pay for them. So if you're a sophomore, practice online. It's free, and it'll take that pressure off once the time comes, because you'll feel more prepared.
I know a lot of universities in our system, the UW University and College system have. I personally benefited a lot from the ones from the English for College app in UW Stevens Point. It was a very intensive one for a month. That was the first time I was away from my house. So parents, it's okay to be away from your kids for a month. You'll enjoy.
Do take advantage of your summer break and your winter break, and even if it's like once every 2 weeks during the school year, to do community service. There's so many things that you can get out of it.
Be open to just emailing out or asking who has connections to that, and just shadowing someone, because you don't know. One, you might find out that career is like so not what you thought it was, and that can save you some time in college taking classes for a career you don't really enjoy or you don't want to pursue. Another, you might find out that you end up loving it, and if you don't have like the scores, maybe a letter of recommendation from that person can help you out as well. So I believe it's never too early to start making those connections, and seeing what interests you and who's out there that can help you kind of get into that field.
I actually went to MATC, Milwaukee Area Technical College. I had to take an AccuPlacer there, and some of the classes there was cheaper than actually going to university. So I took my prereqs there and then transferred those credits over to UW, where I got my bachelor's.
I got the opportunity to study abroad, and I am such a cheerleader for those people that have that opportunity. Do it. Don't doubt it. Look for the scholarships. Try to plan ahead.
Can we give all the panelists and us a round of applause?
If you feel like I need to continue to talk to somebody like this, that's been through it, that knows these obstacles, there's an option on the website to get connected, to get a mentor, to get somebody to talk to, like that checks in on you once a month. Hey, how's it going? Did you register for your classes? Do you know where to get this? Or whatever you need, they can at least be a helping hand. So we'll talk about that right now. So thank you guys.